Okay. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Can't see.
It's here.
I think everyone has to accept.
All right. Tonight, I just wanted to talk about urban sketching with all of you, so we can all get on the same page with this. You know, I'm relatively new to urban sketching. Like Chris and Hannah have been doing it a long time, but I found out about urban sketching in August of 2019, when you know, different. I think it was Lori Sweet. She said, "Let's get out and do some sketching," and then another person said, "Let's get out and do some sketching," and nobody ever came up with anything. And then Chris joined the First Coast Plein Air group, and he told me about urban sketching, the movement, the whole movement. And he said, "But I don't have time to do it." And I said, "Well, I have time to do it." So that's when I started to learn about urban sketching. So if some of you are in the dark, I'm with you on it. Some of it is confusing to me too. So I thought it might be a good idea to all get on the same page and figure out how we all want to approach urban sketching and get a good idea. Before I'm going to read the manifesto, because I think that we all read it once, and it's in the back of our mind, and then we don't read it again and we forget what it's all about, if that's okay with all of you. But before we do that, I want you all to look in your sketches, and I want you all to hold up an urban sketch. Find one here. Mine is from the other day. So let's look at everybody's urban sketches here. I want to see this view. So look at this. Let's see all these urban sketches. Aren't these great? These are all urban sketches. Oh, Karen's looking for hers. Jess, do you have one?
I just finally got online, sorry. I was having audio issues. Getting there.
So that's wonderful.
It doesn't have to be a quick sketch though, right?
They don't have to be a quick sketch. You know, an urban sketch is, well, we'll read about that. Okay. All right. Now I want you to hold up something that is not an urban sketch. And I'm sure you have that in your sketchbooks.
That's the whole rest of my library.
I know. Wait a minute. Okay.
Hold on.
This is great. Okay. All right. That's good. All right. I think that we have an understanding then of what urban sketching is. But I'm still going to read to you the manifesto, which is posted at the beginning of our Facebook page. And you have that posted on Instagram too, don't you, Hannah? Yes.
Yes, it's
And
there.
also, in the beginning of the Facebook page, there's, you know, an urban sketch is this, not this. So if you ever have a question when you're doing it, you can really get an idea. And the reason why I wanted to go over this is because we belong to a worldwide group, and they have a manifesto that they want everybody to adhere to, so that we're all on the same page of what we believe in urban sketches, okay? We draw on location, indoors or out, capturing what we see from direct observation. Our drawings tell the story of our surroundings, the places we live, and where we travel. Our drawings are a record of time and place. We are truthful to the scenes we witness. We use the kind of media and we use any kind of medium and cherish our individual styles. We support each other and draw together. We share our drawings online. We show the world one drawing at a time. So it's been a while since you read that, right? When you post, your drawings must be from a location, not from photos, memory, or imagination. And I've had to take down a few that were like somebody like drew a baby from a photograph and different things like that. And I always feel really guilty about it. But we are part of a worldwide group and we want to adhere and stick with and have the same ideas and stay together, you know, with that. Does anybody have any questions about any of this?
You said you can draw inside from something that you see. So before I thought this would not be, but I'm wondering now. I sketched my cat one day while he was laying next to me, just kind of because he was really cute. Now that was something not from a photo, but he was laying there on the sofa.
Right.
So that's kind of a gray area to me. Is that?
So when you sketched him, did you sketch him on the sofa with a pillow next to him and he's on a blanket and all the kinds of things behind him? Let's see what your sketch looks like.
All right, hold on a minute. I'm trying to find it. Well, keep talking while I'm looking for it. Okay.
Okay. So you can do an indoor sketch. I mean, this is an urban sketch.
Yeah.
Remember when we were in the pandemic, we were like hard pressed. So we did a lot of indoor kind of things. Well, this was like my whole, you know, my work table, you know, my, and I just drew everything on there. So it's a whole scene of everything that's there. My paintbrushes, my pastel palette, you know, you can see that I'm working. My phone, of course, is there. So that's an urban sketch. That's telling a place. I don't know how you tell a time from it, but it's urban sketch.
Beautiful.
So I know a lot of you say, can we draw some things from inside? You can, like inside a restaurant, the kitchen table, your cabinets, open the door, just things that mean something and tell a story of that moment that in your life. Chris,
gonna show this.
anything or
I
anybody
spilled
have-
water on it, but there's my cat, but then there's my cat in my bedroom.
Yes, that's an urban sketch.
So that's like me laying in bed, chilling in my wall and everything.
Right, that's great.
But yeah, I do studies of cats all the time because they're
Uh-huh.
just there chilling and cute. And
They are chilling and cute. You know, I don't know, I don't draw mine, and I should, but I did a whole thing of my garden and I started looking at them and they're not urban sketches at all, which I posted them on urban sketching. But anyways,
Kind of road rage caught on camera. This video shows a man swinging at a fire engine with a baseball.
And we are now learning much more about what led up to that bizarre encounter.
Pablo, I think you're picking up news.
okay, where's that coming from, Hannah?
It's come from Pablo.
I mean, it's Pablo, yeah.
Pablo, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't see you.
Oh, what do I need to do?
Turn on the video,
The
the left-hand
video,
corner.
There he is.
where's your video? Up in your top right corner? You see the three dots?
In the left-hand corner.
Oh, in the
Bottom left.
left-hand corner.
Unless you're on a Mac, mine's bottom left corner.
Hannah, can you tell
What
him
is-
how to get his video up?
Well, I think I
Yeah,
can
you-
ask,
Move your cursor down to the left-hand corner, you'll see a problem.
I'm going to ask him to start the video with hopefully he gets that.
How do I start the video? Okay.
Pablo, what are you using? A PC or a Mac or a tablet?
No, a laptop.
You using like Windows?
There you are.
Not now.
Hey, there you are.
There's that
Nice
familiar
to see
face.
you. It's been a long time.
And, you know, it's always great to see the most popular face painted in Jacksonville. It's
Oh, no.
That's true.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, Pablo.
Okay, Lisa, my sketching of the cat must be in another book, not the one I grabbed. But I think it's just the cat and maybe just a piece of the blanket next to him. I didn't do anything else like the sofa and the whole scene. So then that would not be. I need to do a scene with it.
Right.
Okay.
It needs to show like a place in time, you know, not just a thing. But if you look at that, what's posted at the beginning, you can see right at the very top, it shows, you know, not this, but this, you know. So if you look at that, there's a cat right on there, not this, but something like this.
I got you.
Got it. All right. Okay, now, so I want to know, you know, we're a diverse group of really intelligent people. And I always find all your opinions interesting. And I think we really learn a lot from each other. I want to know what urban sketching is to you. What gets you out there? Why do you urban sketch? And what do you hope to accomplish with urban sketching? Anyone?
Go first. I think I can't ever look at one of these and not know like the moment and time that I painted them. Whereas all my sketches, my little studies and things, those don't really have like a place and time memory like the ones that I've painted on location. I can remember who I was with and that day and the heat and the bugs and whatever. It definitely takes me to, like you said, like a time and a place. And for me, who's more of a detail-oriented, like realistic type artist, it really frees me up and kind of loosens me up to try to get as much as I can in that short period of time.
Right. Good. That's very good. Teresa?
Okay. Well, I mean, like urban sketching for me is just being able to connect with the atmosphere, I guess, around me, being able to connect with like the buildings. I'm not really like a person that likes to paint people. But I love like being able to see something like how it is today, not really being impacted by the people around me. So when I usually go and paint, I purposely like to paint stuff that doesn't have a lot of people around, because it's kind of balanced to me and it makes sense. So whatever the case may be, it might be weird to some people, but I just like that to capture that moment at that particular time. Which is like, I just went to Puerto Rico, so I'm trying to figure out like how I'm going to paint this with like 1,000 people roaming around all over the place. I don't know what to do at this point, but I have to figure it out some type of way.
Good. Anyone else?
I'd like to go.
Go ahead.
I've been painting in the woods for seems like years and years and years, and I'm interested in incorporating buildings, and I really don't understand very much about them in terms of a painting. So I go out and make the drawings of new places to see where it's going to lead me to develop a larger painting. So I make sketches and I transfer those sketches to another book and start adding color, and then looking for an image, a larger image, something based on combination of landscape and architecture. So I'm not particularly interested in architectural design. I just like the shapes and the colors and the tones and values. So that I'm doing it to explore imagery for down the road for larger paintings.
Absolutely. That's an absolutely great reason to do it. You know, perfect.
Well, I'll go. Anything to do with, I was interested in it because anything to do with drawing, I'm interested in. That's kind of like the foundation of art. So I'm interested in anything drawing, but it took me quite a while to figure out what I should be doing. I started out just drawing like I would if go out and do something.
Great.
So it's helped me overall, just freeing up and enjoying drawing and observing exactly what's around you, knowing what to edit, how to edit, what to leave in, what's important. It's just a fun exercise.
Absolutely good. Very good.
I like to follow Pat on that. It's the fun of drawing.
It is.
Am I on or? Hello?
Yeah,
We heard you.
We heard you.
I could.
Oh, I like drawing and those forms out. Nature has some interesting forms, obviously, and architecture is quite a bit different. It's rectilinear and the shapes are squarish, and that presents a counterpoint to a tree form. And I find that terribly interesting, and trying to solve those images in combination is fun, as Pat said. It's the drawing, it's just something else new to draw. Trying to process that's worked in the past on natural forms like trees and water and rocks, and try to apply those processes to something that's more stable and geometric, like a triangle or a square or rectangle, and shiny surfaces. They're quite different than what you see in the woods and on the water.
Absolutely. Yes. Very good.
I could tell you from another perspective, a number of you have got a lot of background in art. That's something that I don't really have. I a number of years ago did start learning to do watercolors, but the first time I saw a sketchbook, and I believe it was Arlene Tabor that does some amazing keeps sketchbooks of her travels, and then I saw Chris Flagg there, and I just am just in awe of the ability to have a record of travels, or even just the outdoors, where you've been, and like you're talking about these days. I have to learn how to do all this from beginning to how to get the image on the page and everything. So it's more of a seeing the finished product and wanting to be able to do that. I would like to be able to do what many of you already know how to do. And I think it's just a wonderful thing. I just love this. Look at these sketchbooks.
They are fun. Absolutely. Thank you.
I'll go.
Okay.
I joined the urban sketching. I was really excited about it. First of all, because I'm trying to learn to become a plein air painter, and that means I need to draw better and learn to do things quickly. And I love to draw, but like Pat was saying, I'm used to drawing something to paint it, not with all the shading and the detail, unless I'm actually doing, something that I'm playing with or something. And this has helped me so much. And every time we go and do something, I get excited about something, then I say, okay, here's how I should have done it. And I think the urban sketching, I'm not one to do buildings unless it's like an old Florida cracker house or, an old barn or something. My big love is animals and nature, but I'm trying to learn and to grow as an artist and to develop my drawing better. And also I'm trying to learn to put people in things. I can remember I spent a week in Europe taking pictures, and I would wait forever for everybody to get out of the way because I didn't want them in my painting. and I can see now how I've grown as an artist, that gives it life. You want people in it. And so now I'm struggling with trying to learn that. But every time I go out with this group, everyone, they say if you want to be better, be around people that are better than you. And being around all of y'all, I can look and pick up different things from everyone. And this group has just really probably helped me more than any other group that I've been in, as far as I feel like developing my skills. I have a long way to go, but gosh, every time I go, I'm excited and I look forward to going. And yeah, I mean, some of my stuff I'm happy with and some not, but I've learned that I can't really compare myself to everybody else, but each time I think I'm picking up something new. So I'm on the way there, and you guys are doing it. So I just love this group.
Thank you. Good. I love it too.
I'll give it a whirl, Lisa.
Okay, there you are. Hi.
Yeah, hi there.
I love the things that you just posted. You're at the motor vehicle department and you're
Yeah.
showing people like crazy. That was fabulous.
I mean, what else do you do at the, I mean, that is the place that I want to do the most drawing. Like, you know, take me to the Motor Vehicle Bureau or take me to the international airport. And I'm happy as can be because there's people there. And I think people are full of character and life and energy. And I think it's exciting drawing figures, you know, and the more I draw figures, the more I want to draw more figures, you know. I love the characters and stories. And I mean, you look at the way people walk or their shoes or the way they sit. It says so much about how they live at home even, you know. So I think it's just absolutely exciting to document people. That's how I perceive of it. But I also, the observation between the plein air and also urban sketches. One thing, I don't really like to paint. I love drawing much better than I do painting. I think there's something really nice about the line and the quality of a line and what you can do with lines. That's one thing. Second thing is the more I observe the world, the more curious I am about this world, the more I want to know about this world. It like offers so much more back to me. And for example, sitting there, you know, painting away, I'm looking down at my sketchbook and the giraffe that I'm painting starts to eat my sketchbook. You know, I mean, you know, who would have thought, right? That they have a tongue that's 21 inches long and they can actually go through the fence and grab your sketchbook. So then I pull my sketchbook away and it goes after my supplies. It is those stories that are somehow that I find so intriguing, and I want to document it all. It's like a journal, a personal journal that I think I'm on, and that everybody else in this group is on. It's like a journey through life. And what we're doing is copying or like taking, if you have a photograph album of all the photographs from when you were born until now, it documented those moments, it captured them in time. Well, that's what we're doing here with the urban sketchbooks. Now, some people take more of a journalistic approach. Some people do more architect. Some people are poets. I'm probably more of a poet. You know, I don't know. I don't see Patrick's work being a humorist, you know, or cartoonist. You know, I think it's maybe a little bit more on the lighter side compared to his painting. But you know, I don't think that they don't come off like a cartoon. And a cartoon is not necessarily a bad thing. Those cartoonists are pretty brilliant in their own right. So, you know, that's not necessarily a terrible thing either, you know, but it's just my philosophy that we're documenting the world. And as it says, I think one line at a time, one drawing at a time, you know, that's how I see it. I think it's exciting.
Hannah, did you have something to add to that?
I hear background noise.
Okay.
Me.
Hannah, I'm calling on you because
Yes.
Hannah does a lot of just, she is, oh, never mind. I'll let her talk.
Yes, I also, I share my opinion, Lori's opinion. I also try to document my activities, like personal activities, where the places I go. And also I like to document the city, what's going on in the city. Like, is there some event I see and I want to go and sketch what's happening. So it's from a cafe to an event in a plaza or a square, right? Like from a concert to a ballet and everywhere. So I think it's like all my sketchbooks are like my albums, photo albums, exactly like Lori said. And I like to sketch. I was attracted at the beginning to architecture, just buildings because they don't move. But but little by little, I started incorporating people, and I started with that when a couple of years ago there was a challenge. It's like 100 people, 5 days, 100 people you sketch, and by one of the urban sketchers from Australia. And then I was very afraid, but after I finished that week with 100 people, I kind of lost the fear of sketching people. And now I'm really enjoying that. So it's like if I go to a coffee shop, I like to sketch. I like to sketch the people that are there. I remember the place. I put the logo of the coffee shop. Or I like to go and sketch just a simple, people playing soccer. I like to put the whole thing, the building. I remember the day. I remember how was the weather. I remember the conversations I had with people around here that asked me questions about what am I doing, or that actually they have seen my work before on social media. So every time I have a sketchbook with me, even though I am alone, I'm sure I'm going to have good conversation with people because they just come and talk and share. I learn more about the place, even though I am a tourist. Like if I go to Savannah or any other city, people have something to share. So I think that's very valuable for me.
Perfect.
Okay. Someone else?
Someone else? Let me see. Chris, you've got a lot. Oh, Jamie, you've got a lot to say because you've been urban sketching all your life.
Oh, yeah, Jamie.
Jamie?
That's true. I have sketchbooks from when I was a kid. I would sketch what was around me because that's all there was to sketch. So I just learned how to sketch my environment just from doing it. And so I have a whole bookshelf full of sketchbooks that you can look through them all and like trace my life from the time I was a child. I have sketches of things that don't exist anymore. Because it was so long ago that I sketched them. Things that people wouldn't recognize anymore, but I remember them and I remember the people around. And for me, it's a memory. I've often thought I could publish an autobiography that's just my sketches with little footnotes. It said, this is the year that this happened. This is how my baby looked when he was born, or I got a new puppy, something like that. Sketching moments in your life. It takes you, when you look through your sketchbook, it takes you back there. A couple of you have already said that. It takes you back to that moment. It takes you back to, because you're concentrating so hard on the visual and focusing on what you're trying to render on your page, that it embeds that memory into your subconscious. And so you remember those moments when you go back and look through your sketchbook. Oh, I remember that day. I remember that day where this giraffe was 2 feet long. Yeah. We all spent together, and I'll never forget trying to draw that giraffe. And it's so much fun just to document your surrounding and watch your skill grow as you do it. And if you can take a sketchbook with you everywhere you go, then you never be bored. You never have to whip out your phone and just read mindless emails. If you have a sketchbook with you, you will never be bored.
Yeah.
So I always try to pack one.
Really great. Thank you. Who else hasn't said anything?
I can go, Lisa, if you want me to, if everybody else has spoken. Everybody's spoken? couple things.
I just want to say that I'm,
Go ahead.
Who is that?
Jill?
what? Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm brand new and I just love y'all and I'm learning a lot.
What do you
Welcome,
hope to
Jill.
get out of urban sketching? What attracted you to join the group, Jill?
I've been drawing all my life and I just never thought of urban sketching. I mean, like you said, Lisa, you love to sketch and you wanted to go to sketch, but then you heard about this group. I think this is a wonderful idea. It will fine tune the things that are important to me. And it also brings out the things that why I want to paint a certain subject. I love painting buildings. I always have. I'm starting to do people, and the urban sketching thing at the zoo was wonderful. It was an amazing experience, and I want to do it again and again.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris?
All right, I'm going to jump in. I wanted to, I've been doing the urban sketching thing for a while, but I'm thrilled to hear everyone else's notes, and I'm taking some notes, and I wanted to just go over them because I think urban sketching just leads to the foundation of all levels of art and types of art, and it's great. When I paint, the first thing I'll do is to do a tone study. I'll do a quick little tone study, and that's literally an urban sketch because it's quick observation. It's looking at contrast, it's looking at things, and then you try to emulate that in your painting. I want to read a couple things that I've written down personally and also what I've heard, and I thought it'd be kind of a fun little summary. Urban sketching, it's quick observation. You've heard me say that. It's an opportunity to learn to simplify. It's foundational to all artwork. Tones, values, exploration, freedom of drawing, how to edit, the fun of drawing. These are a lot of things you guys have said. Comes natural. I wrote this. It comes natural with my profession because all my life I've had to draw or paint scenes and had to sell them because of sell the idea through my drawing, because that's part of my profession. It's recording a scene quickly. It's recording the energy of place. And I think Anna said it nicely as well. You end your shyness. You build your confidence in sketching. How many times do you pull out a sketchbook in a crowded place and you're shy about showing it, and you don't want people to see what you're doing, and you sit in a corner, but you end that shyness. It's like a passport through life, sketching and sketchbooks. You also record the character of place. It's all about entourage, people, cars, trees, buildings. Everybody's talked about it. Someone said the quality of line. I love that, quality of line. Curiosity of the world. Finding the contrast, looking for contrast, which gives you that focal interest, and you do it quickly. You observe quickly. It's a personal journey through life. I think that was Lori that said that. Journaling. I love journaling. To Jamie's point, I've been journaling for 40 years. I love to write and I love to sketch. It's all an art form. And when you can journal and write and combine the two, it's a wonderful documentation when you do complete it. It's exciting. You do create memories through sketching. You're recording events. It's the attraction to architecture. It allows you to lose your fear of sketching. You create lifelong memories, and always carry a sketchbook. And in the words of Michelangelo, my favorite quote is always be drawing and never waste time. So I thought that would just be a quick summary, but that's the fun. And I love what Jill said. I love this group too. It's a lot of kindred spirits, and it's all about not only documenting energy, but I think it's building energy within us. And for us to inspire each other is wonderful, and we should, because all of us have a personal style. We're developing our styles, we're sharing our styles, and we're learning from each other. And it's a wonderful organization to be a part of, and that's what we want to do. And it's wonderful to share. So thank you for those minutes. I appreciate that, Lisa. Thanks.
Lisa, you're muted. I see you're trying to talk.
Yeah, and you're muted. You're muted, Lisa.
Okay, hold on. All right. I'm sorry.
Now I hear you.
Somebody has a radio going or a television or something. That's why I'm muted. So, who is that has a radio?
Maybe Hannah can mute everybody and then unmute the speaker as the moderator.
Okay, could everyone?
I will try them.
Monica, you have not said anything, and you are new to our group, but you are from another urban sketcher group, aren't you? Monica, what makes you urban sketch, or what?
I can't draw a straight line.
That could be a good thing.
I joined Urban Sketchers so that I could get outside my comfort zone. Because I pretty much these are just a few.
Awesome.
And it's all curves. So I just try to get outside my comfort zone. And the only way that I can do it is to go outside and force myself. And the only way I can force myself is to get around people like you. Because I work from home, I live alone, I don't leave my house. So I have to force myself to go outside and be around people that'll force me to get outside my comfort zone.
That's great.
Or I just sit at home and I paint and I order art supplies off the internet. And that's what I do. And
I want your life. I want your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's I need to learn how to sell my stuff because I'm running out of storage space.
Oh.
Well, there are some groups you can join that do a lot of gallery shows and sell their work. So just look around. And you're new to Jacksonville, right?
I've been here. What's today?
9th of June.
I've been here 7 weeks.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome to Jacksonville, and we're glad to have you with us.
It's my second tour. I was here. I lived here from October of 18 until March of 20. And then I left and went. I owned a house. I owned a house in South Georgia that my tenants moved. They were in Army and they got transferred to Germany. So I took the opportunity to go back to my house and get it fixed up, and I put it on the market, and literally it went out on the MLS and it was sold within 2 hours. I didn't even get the sign put in the yard.
Awesome.
I didn't have anywhere to go. I'm like, well, I didn't think I was gonna sell it that fast. I guess I'll go back to Jacksonville. So here I am. So, yeah, now I'm just in a condo downtown trying to find a place to buy. We'll see.
Well, welcome.
Thanks.
We're glad to have you. Pablo, you have not been out sketching with us yet. Where have you been?
I will eventually get out there. I've kind of inundated with a lot of stuff lately. But I'm absolutely intrigued by, especially Chris's work, everyone's work. Just amazing. I will draw in a waiting room, but you know, I like to do people and I like to look at faces, and so that's what I do rather than a building or a street scene. And I would like to attempt to do some of that urban sketching that you guys do that are outside on location. And I understand Chris has this series where it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and so forth. That fascinates me because in my classes, I have this, in 20 minutes, you have to do a painting, or you have to do a painting in one color or two colors in 20 minutes. Or broken down, you draw it in 10 minutes and you paint it in another 10 minutes. And at first it seems impossible, and then you begin to realize that it is possible, and you learn a great deal about how to make quick decisions and how to observe and how to focus on the important things that you look at. So I really want to get out there and paint with you guys. I think that would, I'm always looking for a way of polishing my craft, of getting better and better and better. And it's hard work, and sometimes you have to face things that tell you that you're limited. This is as far as you can go at this time, and I don't take those limitations too easily. I have a history of breaking through lines that are set up for myself. So that's my take. And I want to join you guys. I want to be out there with you. Maybe the next time or the time after, I'm going to be out there with you.
I like that, what you just said about pushing the limits, because I've always been, people say that if they could describe, if you ask anybody to describe me in one word, and they say determined. And my mom always, it's always like this, don't tell her she can't do something because she'll be wrong. So when you said, you know, pushing the boundaries and doing, you know, what you said, that's the key right there. It's like, I would like somebody to come over here and edit my crap. Say, okay, Monica, 500 paintbrushes is just a little too much. You know, maybe somebody could edit.
No, it's not.
You know, do you really need this many easels? I've got 3 leaned up against the wall right there. You really need that many?
I understand.
I just want to say hi. I'm Neil. Roth Perez, not Rebecca. Roth, I was Pablo is my instructor, my guru. I go to his classes, and I was introduced to this group by Nora Rose. Nora Grossman in Orlando, and she you know, talked me into, okay, get involved, and I'm looking forward to the first session that I attend. Mainly, I do watercolors, and I would like to go out and do live painting.
We'd love to have you. I'm glad you joined us. I think you're going to be surprised. I was extremely surprised when I started myself, because when Chris said, okay, we're going to draw something here in 1 minute, I was like, 1 minute? What do you hope to accomplish in 1 minute? But it's amazing. It's amazing to me what I'm already learning about how I can observe so much quicker now than I could when I first joined this group. How this group constantly pushes me to learn things, to learn how to draw things, so that when I go out and draw, it's going to be a lot more immediate, and that I can draw it in that 1 minute or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. 15 minutes is quick too, to get a whole skyline and things like that. You all inspire me every time I go out and I see the different pen that somebody uses, or how they use their watercolor, or somebody uses pencil, or the cross hatching somebody uses, or that perfect shade of green that just got that whole thing to pop. The story that you tell in your drawing, I want to get there. I'm not there yet, but I know that if I stay with you guys, you're going to help me get there. And I am enjoying the ride the whole way. Thank you so much.
You realize, Lisa, we're just starting. And,
Yeah.
and you know, what's amazing to me is to see the progress. And you know, even Sunday, we went to the zoo, and that was a lot of fun. That was pretty intense. A lot of people around, a lot of activity, a lot of energy, and we were doing 1 minute sketches and 3 minute sketches, and it's so funny because you think you're in a library once everybody started sketching. Not a word was said. I mean, it's amazing how quiet this group can get when they start to draw. That's what surprised me as well. But you know, it crosses the boundaries. You know, as artists, you know, oil painters are interested in oil painters, and watercolorists and watercolor styles and things of that sort, pastel and acrylic and so on. And you sort of gravitate to your style or your medium. But you know, this sort of crosses the boundaries. This is more horizontal. I think all of us as artists, whatever we do, we are artists. We sketch. So our method of sketching and our style of sketching, it can be shared, and everybody can learn from each other. So an oil painter, from my perspective, I have no clue. You know, like I think I told Patrick, you know, how do you paint with a putty knife? I mean, you know, I can spackle a wall or, you know, fill a nail hole, but I can't create what you guys do with your oils. But give me some watercolor and I can make a mess with the best of them. But with sketching, it's so wonderful to see the styles and see what we do as artists, as we really create our style of painting, and it's just of sketching. And it's so wonderful to see that evolve and to learn from it as well. I learn every time I come out with you guys. I mean, I love to sketch anyway, and always have. But man, when we're in a group, it's just a blast. It's just fun. You know, it's no boundaries, no formalities. You know, you sketch it, you show it, doggone it. We have a throwdown. Everybody sees what you do, regardless of how ugly you may think it is. You know, you're sharing your ability, and everybody's learning from it. And that's what I love about it as well. So like I say, we're only getting started. It's going to get better. The energy level is going to continue to increase, and we're going to just continue to have fun. It's too much still out there to record, and we want to be a part of it.
Where are we meeting next time?
And I think you're muted, Lisa. Lisa, you're muted.
I thought I unmuted myself, or maybe I muted myself. I don't know. Anyways, that's a good thing. I think that we can talk about, now that you've all revealed your interests and how you feel about urban sketching, I think we're all on the same page. And I agree, it can only get better. We talked about different places we can go. We're talking about going to marinas. Karen Wendland gave me the name of a place called the Club Continental in Orange Park, but we can only go on Mondays. So if anybody is available to go on Mondays, if that interests anybody, I could post that and we can see if we can get out there on a Monday. You know, does anybody have Mondays off?
Yep.
Maybe we get, even if we get 3 or 5 people, you know, that'll be good. to do that. So I'll look up the information about that.
How early?
Oh, we want to go before the heat, right? How can we get, Karen, do you know what time they open? You're also muted.
Lisa, when I've gone out with a couple of other groups, we were able to go out very early in the morning, like 8 o'clock on Monday.
Yeah, I like going out early in the morning, you know, because it's hot. We're in the heat and we only go for a couple of hours, you know, so from.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. It's a wonderful place to paint
Okay, cool.
or draw. It's gorgeous.
Right, you could go at 8 o'clock in the morning if you like, or any time actually on Mondays. It's an old mansion that was owned by the Palmolive Soap Company family in the 20s. And it's beautiful building, beautiful architecture, beautiful gardens. They have koi ponds there as well. And the plantings, statues as well. Really beautiful statues. It's a really elegant location. And it's right on the water in Orange Park. Beautiful, large, old oak trees there as well. And of course, the 20s architecture, like the Spanish, I believe, or Mediterranean type architecture of the structures. It's an event center. They have weddings there and other events. And then there's condominiums there where people live, and it's also a hotel. And lots to paint, and there's a lot of shade, and because it's on the water, you get a little more of a breeze. And I'm going to go there next Monday. I'm not far from there, so and any Monday, maybe in the next couple Mondays, I'll be going over there.
All right, well, we'll see if we can set something up then, maybe for next Monday.
Hey, what about a Monday that's a holiday? July 5th is a holiday for most people that work.
Well, it depends, you know, the problem with that is a lot of times people have family, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll look at that. Where else, does anyone else have any ideas of where they want to draw a sketch? I would like to try and do it at least twice a month. And we went Sunday this time, and we got a bunch of people out that weren't able to make Saturday. But is it a real problem for people to do Sundays?
No,
No, I love it.
not usually.
Sunday's good for me. Saturday.
I'd like to say that I love to draw old cars and I'd like to go to a junkyard.
Oh, I'd love to go to a junkyard.
And the plein air painters went to a junkyard last summer and I was out of town. I was jealous.
Oh, you missed it, Jamie.
I was so jealous. I want to go back to that junkyard ever since.
Did you see this one?
Oh, that's great.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
That's wonderful.
Who's got a junkyard we can go to?
I just finished this.
The Brewers do.
Yeah, the Brewers do.
I think we're gonna go back to Brewers.
Yeah.
Jamie, I think we're gonna go back to Brewers, wherever you are.
Well, you know, when I talked to her, she wanted us to go to the one that was across the street and not to the one that we went to. And the one across the street, there's hardly any shade at all. It's all sun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
I'll call Dee and talk to her.
It's located near the Mercedes dealer off Atlantic Boulevard. It's on a back road back there.
Lee Road. It's on Lee Road. Yeah.
Oh, I know where that is. Lee Road.
We'll talk to her about that.
Yeah, Dee
We can always bring umbrellas.
Yeah, a junkyard. Where else is there junkyards? That's not the only junkyard around. It's got
my backyard.
It just helps that the wife is an artist. So
You know, Lisa, we talked about, you know, obviously either a little town center or some, it was interesting Sunday when we started our first little sketch. What was it, a little 5-minute exercise or 15-minute exercise? We looked at an area that you wouldn't normally look at as a subject. So, I always like, obviously, if it's urban sketching, I like the urban landscape, whether it's, we talked about the town center, maybe if we went there, not that I care about the town center, but if we went there early before people got there, that might be kind of fun. Or downtown on a Saturday or Sunday, you meet at, you can meet at the former Hemming Park, which is now James Weldon Johnson Park. There's places we meet at the landing. There's a lot of things because we can walk around and do some exercises and then settle in and do some long sketches, some 30-minute sketches that seem like an eternity. So those are always fun. I always like to gravitate to those. And on weekends, obviously downtown is not very active mostly, but that could be a suggestion.
Like
5 points at Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside, Avondale, 5 points.
Yeah. I like the shops of Avondale, that little off of St. John's. That's a nice little village center. I've done some painting in there before, but that'd be fun to do some sketching.
Okay.
And we need to eventually get some t-shirts so we all look alike. So we look like we're an organization, when we go out there and everybody starts inquiring as to who we are, so that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Reminds me, whenever you go out, please wear your Urban Sketcher badge, because at least that helps a little bit. We could all wear the same color t-shirt.
That's good.
At least you'd have the same color t-shirt, right?
Does everybody have a tie-dye shirt?
That's funny. Any other ideas on that?
Do y'all ever go down to St. Augustine? The Lighthouse Park is always available from dusk to dawn. They have boats and water and buildings and
That's a
trees.
cool idea.
Yeah.
How about the old historical section of St. Augustine? Right where Charlotte Street is, and that whole area.
Are we permitted though? I don't
Oh
know
yes, we are.
We are permitted. Oh,
yes.
good.
And I'm trying to think. It's the oldest street, Avils.
Abilene or
Abilene is something. It is right. We're permitted for that.
Oh, really?
The only section that we're really not permitted is the park. There's like a triangular park where in the center there used to be a statue there. I think they removed the statue now.
Yeah.
We're not permitted there, but and we're not permitted down the really busy section where they have a lot of stores and businesses in that area. Right. But where the cathedral is in that section. But primarily every place else in St. Augustine you can go to.
Really?
So you really, yes. And you can go any day of the week. Now, Sunday is free parking.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Right. So Sunday actually is a perfect day for me to go. Because I prefer not to have to pay, the parking's an arm and a leg there. I mean, I'm from New York. I mean, they charged 30 years ago, they were charging $20 an hour. I can only imagine what they charge now. But anyhow, I think St. Augustine would be a prime location. It would have everything for everybody. It hit all the, buildings, people, if you're interested in still lifes, pull up a seat at one of the Cuban restaurants or at a diner. I guarantee you all day long,
And if you go early on a Sunday, generally there's parking everywhere, and you don't have to pay. So
that's right.
It's real easy, early. So
yeah, that's the easy part, is to Sunday is perfect for me for that location. The other thing is all along the bayfront. I spent a lot of time around the bayfront. And of course, you know, you have to stay X amount of feet away from the floor. But with the sketchbook, it's less intrusive. When I was doing the courtroom artwork, a lot of times the lawyers would have me go right up to the front seat where the trial was going on, because the camera is very invasive in a courtroom. But when you're doing, you know, sketch room artwork for the newspapers and the publications, you're able to go, especially, you know, I always had a business suit from teaching, and I'd have my business suit on, and the lawyers and everybody would let me sit right up on the top, right in the front like that. You know, going to courtrooms are a great place to draw. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do. You know, might be a little bit tougher to get in now. I don't know what all the rules are.
Yeah, that's probably not something in our wheelhouse. Well, when I look at the dates, the weekend of the 19th and 20th is Father's Day, so that's probably out.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the next time we'll probably go out is the weekend of the 26th, 27th, or during the week. I mean, we can go Monday the 14th to the Club Continental, and then we could maybe do a Friday that same month someplace, you know, that same week someplace else. But, you know, that leaves everyone who works regular job out of the picture. So I'll come up to what I'm thinking. The 27th is a Sunday, and probably most of us can do that date. We'll try and do the Continental Club on the 14th, and we'll see if we can fit something else in there for us. How does that sound?
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it. Like it.
I think the more events that I can get us out there in, if you can't make it, you can at least make one of them.
Right.
As long as one of them's on the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Hey, Lisa, what about at some point up around Mayport or Fort George Island or where the ferry is? You know, there's the seafood buildings, and that's a whole different area.
We
Or
have
even
definitely
Amelia
talked
up at
about that.
Bernardino.
We have definitely talked about that. The only problem with that is that there's no shade there at all. You know, so it's really hot this time of year right there.
You know, Phyllis,
Go
you're, you're, what about Fernandina Beach? Would that be would that be something?
Yeah, there's a Fernandina at the end there, that Brett's Waterway Grill. There's a big open public dock, and it's really easy to just set up there, but it would definitely be better to go in like a morning or an afternoon or evening, because there is no cover. We go out there and just watch the sunset and hang out there with a couple drinks or something.
Yeah, well, we can have drinking draws too. We've been
we'll make a little crawl out of it. But yeah,
we'll be crawling.
There's not really anybody stopping us from all setting up there, and there's a lot of room to spread out.
Maybe we should do that, a pub and sketch crawl, and then we can draw the people in the pubs, right?
Yeah, try our beer, have a throwdown on the bar.
Just sit around a sunset, that's all.
How about Kingsley Plantation?
Yeah.
What?
Kingsley Plantation.
Yeah.
How about that?
Bugs though, bugs.
Yeah, what you try to do, if it you know, especially in a sketch crawl, if you can get an area where you can maybe do up to half a dozen sketches of different scenes, or you know, the zoo actually was surprisingly exhilarating. You know, the Sunday the Sunday we went, you know, you go into that central space and it's people, umbrellas, music, jazz musician. I mean, there was a lot going on. That was pretty intense. So you try to maybe look for there's a variety of subject matter. And that's you know, that's why you know, Fernandina, you can just walk up and down Main Street. You can sit somewhere for 5 minutes and then move again, sit somewhere for another 5 minutes, and then work your way all the way to the saloon.
I think Avondale's got a lot of different.
Yeah, Avondale, perfect. Perfect. 5 Points, Avondale, all those places, some places like that are fun, because we can just invade the street. That'd be a lot of fun.
Can we go back to San Marco? I mean, I wasn't there with the drawing thing, but I would love to go back. I'd love to join you and go to San Marco. I couldn't make it that weekend for some reason, but
Yeah, that's always, Lori, that's always a good spot. I mean, you could, you can concentrate on things. You can just draw people and then draw people for 10 minutes, as many people as you can. And then another 10 minutes, you draw cars.
Right.
Try to grab a building. So those are the fun exercises. And then you try to put it all together and take 30 minutes and draw a scene that contains everything. That's what we try to do. So you try to look for that variety and that diversity of subject matter if you can.
Yeah,
I think those are good. Those are great suggestions, Lisa. I think, 5 Points, Avondale, great, Fernandina. Man, those are really good. Downtown, obviously, there's plenty of places downtown.
The idea of going downtown, because all I gotta do is go down the elevator.
Yeah, we could all meet at your place.
We can all see behind you.
We can meet at your place for breakfast. I like my eggs over easy and my grits.
Yeah, really.
We have a little breakfast at your place.
Your order.
Yeah, then we can just hit the street. That'd be good. Anyway, a lot of fun.
All right. Well, this is great. Okay, now we have a lot of ideas, a lot of things that we're, a lot of places that we could sketch. Now it's just for Hannah and Chris and I to organize these up, and I hope all of you can make it. If there are times that you can't make it, somebody just message me or email me and say, I can never make it on a Friday. I can never make it on a Saturday. That way I can say, okay, if I always have my sketch crawls on Friday, then Patrick is never going to make that. Right, Pat? Or
I can never make Sundays. I'm out of town every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So,
But I can make the Monday at the Continental because it's right down the street from me.
Oh,
Lisa, that's a good idea because you could maybe even have your list of names and you could put down there, like I can't do Mondays and Tuesdays, but Pat can't do Sundays, and have that as a list.
yeah, that way I can make sure that we can do events on different days so that everybody can get involved.
Yeah.
We want everybody to be involved. So,
thank you for that.
Sunday's good for you, right?
Sunday's good for me, and then Saturday is an every other thing, and it just has to land right, basically.
Okay.
I'm only available on the weekends because I work Monday through Friday every week.
Okay.
yeah, pretty much me too.
I'll be teaching in Savannah. I'm actually teaching sketchbooking in Savannah for the next, not this coming up week, but the next whole week and the week after that. So if anybody lands in Savannah on the weekend of the June 24th, I'll be there.
Wouldn't that be fun to go to sketch Savannah?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
I take a group out for 2 days in a row, but it's during the week. But I'll be there during the weekend because I have to stay there and, might as well stay. So if anybody wants to come up to Savannah that weekend, I'll be there, and I'd love to sketch with you guys.
That would be fun.
I pass there on Friday night.
Let's see what, that would be the weekend of the 25th and 26th and 27th of June. Will be the weekend I'll be there not teaching. The weeks around that I will be teaching.
And I want you guys to not, if you want to just go out and sketch, post something and say, I'm going to be going to such and such. Does anyone want to join me? Because there'll be a few people that'll join you. And I think the more we get out, the more we're going to learn, the more we're going to enjoy. And thank you. all for being so supportive and so enthusiastic about this. I am too. And anybody have anything else, or should we call it a night?
A big thank you to you, Chris and Anna, for coordinating and all the time and energy that you put into this for all of us. So thank you very much. We wouldn't have this without the three of y'all.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a good group because Lisa organizes, Anna is our social expert, and I'm just a bag of wind. So
Is the natural leader. Hey, Lisa, quick question.
Yeah.
Getting ordained nationally, have you guys gotten what you need, or what's the goal?
Oh, we got everything. We
got
are,
everything? You did it?
yes.
Okay.
We're an official chapter of Urban Sketcher.
Cool. I just knew that was in process last time I was able to be around.
Yes. We
Cool.
became a
Congrats on that.
chapter, let's see. I'm thinking it was July of 2020, right?
Oh, okay.
July of
Right in the middle of a pandemic. Good job.
Yes.
Yes.
we're gonna have a 1-year anniversary sketch crawl.
Oh.
That would be fun.
Yes.
Sketch
In
party.
the middle of the heat.
Yeah.
The pub crawl.
I'm thinking a restaurant, covered area, and draw what we see.
That'll be the drinking draw.
Libations and cold.
Atlanta, when it's really hot, we would do that in Atlanta. We would meet like inside a coffee shop or inside a restaurant.
Yeah.
Had a covered patio that they would have, covered patios with ceiling fans and stuff. And we would sit in there and we would call ahead and let them know that we were coming. And they would say, if it was okay or not. That way we would have, we'd say, well, we're probably going to have about 7 or 8 people. And they would say, that's fine, And we were always courteous enough to order coffee, or, coffee and dessert or whatever, depending on where we were at. And, that way you're in the shade, you have the fan blowing on you, and then you could sketch out as what you see from the tables under the covered patio.
Cool.
Awesome.
Nice to do that.
That is definitely something we should work on doing, is meeting in a coffee shop, because you see some of these really wonderful urban sketches of coffee shops and the people, or just the food in the coffee shop, or a restaurant, or the cooks cooking. I just love all those sketches. They're so fun, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay.
Before we leave, can we take a picture with some of the sketches that you have recently done? I would like to have a picture of the group.
I guess so.
You can, could be the one on Sunday or any other sketch. Please.
All right. How about that?
That's the same one.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2,
Wait a minute.
3. Okay. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Excellent. Lisa, thank you. Great job. Great
you.
job, Anna. Thank you as well. And thanks to
Glad I
everybody.
could come out.
Have a good evening.
Great input, everybody. Excellent.
Nice to see everybody.
Have a good evening.
Good
All right.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.